Well, Clark Park is just like one of the, it's very symbolic, especially here in Southwest Detroit. Football team uses the park, tennis team uses the park, then a lot of kids come to play baseball, hockey's big here. So there's a lot of activity going around. Every morning you'll see family members, mother and fathers walking the park for exercise. So, you know, it's very important to the community. You know, tragically, it's kind of went downhill, I could say. But it's still, people still come in here. It's a family park.
You know, there's a lot of community stuff that goes on here, but the community still doesn't take care of it. You know what I mean? They're gonna have their fun or whatever, but then after they're done using it. You can see everything that's going wrong with this park. Like, it's falling real bad, but it wasn't as bad back in the day. But my first time coming here, it was like, I was little. Yeah, I seen the gang violence, I seen the drugs, all that. But it was more of like, when I was little, I didn't pay attention to it. I was at the park just to play. But now when I come here, I can see everything I see crackheads in the park. Like, there's one right there, actually.
I'm new here, you know, I never grew up here. This is like my first year here at Clark Park. You know, I see some stuff that I didn't like, and I did see some stuff that I did like here. But it needs changes, but the changes I think we can make in here, if I was in power, or if I was in charge or whatever, you know, I had, you know, a group, you know, to clean up every once in a while, or just make sure, you know, everybody doing the right thing, you know, everybody playing and having a good time at the park, you know, keep the park up.
People haven't made groups that are going to help the park, but there should be a group that should help the park. You know, they have the rec center, the people at the rec center, they like to help, but it's only that part, you know what I mean? It's from the tennis courts to the baseball field, basically. They take care of that part, but there's still a whole nother half of the park that they don't take care of. And maybe there should be a group at Western, or, you know what I mean, the city comes up with that just comes in the park and cleans it every so often. Yeah, the grass gets kind of cut, but as you can see, it's grown a little bit high, but you know what I mean? It's every so often. They can't afford it, so it's like, it's money. It's all about money, and the city's not giving them enough money to do it. And nobody's not going to work for free.
Economically, you know, financially, the city's been in turmoil throughout the years, and budget cuts. I can remember when I was a kid here, growing up, there was baseball leagues ran by the Parks and Recreation. There was probably 6 individuals inside the building. And now it's taken over by a community group called Clark Park Coalition, because the city couldn't afford to keep it going. So with that, programs are being cut, maintenance and repairs have been cut drastically, and it shows.
And how the city uses their budgets, and it hasn't been towards the community, it's been towards bigger things like casinos and everything else. They're not throwing into what, you know, the community needs, what the city really needs. They don't pay attention to it.
Well, I think Southwest Detroit has always been forgotten by the mayors. You know, basically, you know, city council is voted at large. In Southwest Detroit, you know, doesn't have a lot of registered voters. So, you know, voters are powerful, and it's more like politics. So I think, you know, as more people get to vote and have a voice and we organize, maybe we can, you know, convince the mayor and city council to start putting more funding here. Because there's a lot of schools that utilize this park, a lot of kids in the community, but there's a lack of programs and budget.
I mean, one thing that would help is if, like, everybody would just, even the people at Western, when they come out of school, when they come through the park and they're walking through the trails to go home, maybe just pick up something, throw it in the trash, because there's trash cans everywhere in the park. You can see a trash can every time you walk through a path, you know what I mean? Just pick it up, throw it away. Don't walk through the park and just drop stuff. The more stuff you're dropping, it's just going to make the park worse, and then the city's going to look at it as just another dump site, basically. They're like, oh, they're not taking care of this, we'll knock it down real quick. Everybody has to take part. Everybody in this community, the people that live right across the street should be a part of it and try to help out this park. They can't just let it go to waste, because first thing that's going to happen, this is going to become like some new shopping mall or something. There's just going to get torn down. It's going to be no use anymore.
So hopefully, maybe we can get organized, and the schools could come together and you know, go down to city council and make a difference, get some money in here for programs.